Hey everybody, Weem here. Welcome back to Planet Explorer Build Days. This is Building a House Part 2. And before we really jump into anything, I'm going to show you my little friend back here. Actually, he's not much of a friend. I think he kind of hates that I'm out here right now. He was flipping out earlier and has now calmed down. But anyway, let me show you some of the new stuff that's kind of happened since the last episode. I did go through and have cleaned a bunch of things up, added some more details. You can see here we now have this step down here, wraps around the pool with the wood frame. Previously, it just ended with a stone right there, so I wanted to wrap that around. And I do go all the way down there. In fact, I extended the pool all the way down there till the sand comes up so I can actually walk out of it down at that far end. Let's see, what else do we have going on here? We'll run up here. Like I said, this is a new ramp. Let me take you around the back side because I've put this ramp up here and you can see I've widened this area out. And as I talked about previously, I was going to do a kind of tiered setup. So you're seeing the beginning of that here. And I think this is looking all right. And we may do a couple more layers up there. Let's see, so if we carry this back, we've got this deck kind of spread out. You can see it opens up here, and in fact, this is what we're going to be working on next. I've got this these kind of steps dug in here, but I want to actually make them steps, or rather a ramp up here. You can see I continued all the way up here, kind of digging this path. Thought it might be kind of cool. And then up here, the plan is to build, there he goes, he wanted me near him, see he's flipping out. So the plan is I was thinking I would build just a little place up here, really not that big, pretty much what you can see in the screen about here, maybe something this size. And that's where I would place the bed. You can see right now I've just been sleeping at the pool. I have the bed down there. But I thought I'd put a little kind of observatory room up here, large enough for the bed and maybe a couple other things. And yeah, we'll just kind of throw that up here. And later I might, remove the bed, do something else with it. But I just thought that would be cool to put a little building up there, especially when the plan is going to be in the series that we're doing to set up the colony around this area, probably, in this general area over here on the island. So put a little building here. I can just kind of crash in really quick while I'm doing colony things. That's kind of between where the colony will be and the big mansion here. So I'm going to continue going over here, show you some new stuff. I built up this support around this tree right here. I didn't want to take the tree down. I liked where it was, but I was digging kind of through here, so I built a little column around there to kind of give that some support. Not that it actually needed the physical support, but I thought it looked kind of cool. So that's there. Now you may have seen earlier the deck in the background, or the dock rather. So let's kind of run out here. I even have the blue fluorescents out here. I grabbed a couple of those, crafted those guys. So you can see we've got the dock all the way out here. I even have a ramp down here in case I fall in the water. That makes it easier to get out. And if I go underwater, you can actually see I've got the wood support down there as well, even going down into the stone. And while I'm down here, you can see in the background that I've built the walls up around the house, built them all the way down into the floor and the water. Didn't really need to do that, but I just thought it would look kind of cool. And you can even see it from out here continue underwater, and I think it looks pretty sweet. So again, I've got the blue fluorescents in, and like I said, I've just been cleaning up a couple things. Now I've put this table in here, and there's a reason this is here, but I'm going to save that for the end. I've got a pretty cool thing that I've set up, and I can't wait to show you guys, but we're going to save that. A little bit of a surprise for the end of the episode. Alrighty, well, this is where we're going to get started, and you can see I kind of threw some stone up here. I'm kind of judging the steps. I don't need them to be even. I was thinking I would do that, but basically, if when I say even, what I mean is over one, up one, over one, up one. I don't need to have that kind of 45-degree angle. That'd be a very slow climb anyway. Walking up ramps in Planet Explorers is very slow. And I'm sure you've seen it, but we'll kind of go over here. If I did a 45-degree angle, you can see once you hit it, you really slow down. So little bits of it at a time is probably a good way to go. So what I'm going to do is just kind of bring the stone in here, basically where I can see it. And once I kind of lose sight of it, I'm going to want to put more of it. Now, I do want it to be even on both sides. I want whatever I've got on this side, I want it to match over here. So there will need to be some digging from time to time. I'll switch over and use the use the pick. It has a little bit more fine control versus the shovel, which just goes a little crazy. So anyway, that's going to be the plan. Let's see, we can put that there. Can bring this guy in. And we have to dig that. And you can see I've kind of got this guy in the way, so maybe we won't bring that all the way in. Let's see. Something like this. Carry that over. Yeah, something like that. And then of course we can dig this out. We'll fill it in and we're just going to go wood with it. I think for the most part it's entirely possible. You know, what I could do is I could whoops, let's not do that. What I could do is I could fill stone in the flat areas, if you imagine something like this, and then do the wood ramp for the non-stone parts. Actually that's not a bad idea. Try not to trap myself in here. So let's see, this would be a flat area as well. Let's see, is that gonna, I kind of wanted to carry the marble up there, but I don't think I will. I don't think I need to go that crazy. Let's see, we're gonna turn this so something along these lines, kind of what I was thinking. No, that's not what we wanted. There we go. And yeah, something like that. So, I mean, it's going to be slow if I'm going to be walking up here, but the reality is I end up jumping anyway through all of this kind of stuff. So, it's mostly for looks. Mostly. Let's see, we're going to grab this. Is that what I want to do there? Huh. It is what I've done. Yeah, I guess we could do something like that. So anyway, what I'm going to do is I'm going to do the stone first. I'm going to kind of make the path with the stone all the way up there, and then we'll kind of start filling in with the wood. Okay, we've got the stairs pretty well on their way. If I can kind of get jumping up here, you can see I've got the kind of the edges of this thing going, and I've got the flattened areas set with stone. It's not the perfect staircase, but that's okay. I think my excuse will be I was going for a natural look. So now I've got the wood selected, my angled pieces, so that's pretty much all that's left as far as this goes. So now we just need to kind of run through and fill in these gaps. And then at that point, once we get up top, we'll kind of lay the foundation for the building that's going to go up there. A very small, a modest little home. Just a little thing. Looks like I did a little too much wood in there, but that's alright. I went and took down a tree, not on the island, because I kind of want to keep the trees here. I did take one down that was over here, but I actually went off island to take down a tree. It was a very big one, and gave me a lot of wood, something like 680 in one tree. Didn't take very long either, so wood is very easy to get in the game. Okay, so let's see. We just have this little bit left to do. It's funny because I think a lot of times I'm going to end up running kind of like you see here, like off of the steps, just because it goes faster. Hopefully that's something that gets adjusted at some point. I'd like to see actual steps, not ramps. And well, I mean, keep the ramps as well. But the stairs, I'd love to have actual steps, like basically half blocks that you can run up at a normal speed. Or if it's got to be adjusted just a little bit. Right now it's just way too slow coming up these ramps, so yeah, who has time for that? Okay, so let's see, we're going to go to a square, we're going to pick the stone, and we've got that guy there. Be nice if this counted out how many blocks as you moved, kind of like Space Engineers, that'd be sweet. But 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, let's do that. Do the same over here. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, one more. Okay, so yeah, I think we're just going to do a square building up here. We did 7 off of there. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 7 more is 19. That one is already 1, so 16. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I said 16. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Anyway, probably close enough. If it's not right on. Okay. So that's pretty much what I was thinking. Get just a little spot up here. I'm thinking about redoing the helicopter landing too. That was very much a temporary thing. What I found myself doing is landing on the roof. But I really need to get the colony going so I can recharge the helicopter. It's very low right now, and even the trip from across the water over to here uses about 3%, and I think I have about 7% left. So I definitely need to jump back into the series, hopefully during episode 7, and start laying out the colony down here. That would definitely help quite a bit. So let's see. I think what we're going to do is we're just going to go one of these like so. Something like that. We'll trim with marble here. And then we'll go wood inside. Since we have so much. Okay, so there's the platform. And of course I'll build this down, give it that support. Something like, I like to inset this too. I did it with a house down below. Something like, just to give you an idea. Something like that, not flush out front. Anyway, we'll go around and do that later. And I think what we'll do is we're going to match the mansion as well as far as materials. So probably going to go with limestone. Limestone is number 4. And I think we're just going to hug the marble. Normally I would like to have a little space inside so you can see the stone and then the marble, but for this guy I think we'll just stick with this. Bring this here. I knew I was going to do that right at the end. Cool. And I think what we're going to do is we're going to do this very similar to the mansion down there. We're just going to do windows. At least that's how I'm going to get this laid out. Not sure where the middle of this guy is. I could have done some math there. That probably works though. Not quite even. 3 and then 4, but that's alright. I don't need it perfect. Actually, I do. May go back and tweak that later. Okay, so anyway, something like that. I suppose I would have to extend the building out, and I don't really want to do that. And I don't mind if they're not even as long as it's symmetrical, so that's fine. Let's see, we'll bring the door frame up, something like that. Match window over here. Something like this. I think that's right. Cool, yeah. Think that's gonna work out just fine. Well, here's our friend down here flipping out again. He goes through phases, it seems, and now he is disgruntled once again. Let's go ahead and grab the bed. I wanted to run it up there really quick. The sun's going down, so we're going to go ahead and let's get this, not sleep. But we are going to bring that up there and we're going to get some sleep. So you can see it from down here. I think that looks pretty cool. In fact, I like the idea of making a couple more of those up there. Maybe identical in size and everything. I'm not really sure. Of course, there's not a whole lot of purpose for these kinds of things, but they look cool. Yeah, I think this came out pretty well. So anyway, let's go ahead and drop the bed in here. Let's see. Grab this guy. And here we go. And something like this ought to work. Let's see where that is. Yeah. Cool. Look at that. We even have the glass up top. Yeah, this is a cool vantage point. In fact, the roof on the mansion looks like a pool. Anyway, cool. So we've got more to do, and I do want to get back to a couple things with the mansion. I just thought we would kind of play around with getting a new building up here just to see what it might look like. I think before the sun goes down, I'll go ahead and fill in the support walls underneath here to kind of finish that part up, and then we'll see what else there is to do. Alrighty, after some much needed sleep, we can see that our friend is still at work back there trying to take out my pool. I don't think he's going to get anywhere. So one of the first things I wanted to do this morning was to basically use all of the glass that I have and fill in as much as I can of the bottom layer. Now, I have only got, let's see, we jump in here, I've got 109. I don't have the formula to make more. I did buy some from Lau, so I took what he had, and that's all we have. So we're going to kind of see what it takes. Now, I did at one point fill one of these windows, and it looked like it used 4, so it wasn't too bad, but yeah, definitely something. It's not going to last for everything we need because we have a whole lot of windows going on here. So let's see, we are currently at, am I still on that angled piece? Come on there. There we go, I think. There's some slight graphical issues once you've been building enough. So let's see, we're at, what is it, 109. We do that. So that used 3. Not too bad. That's not terrible. So I'm going to run around here. Let's see. No. Take a peek at that. You can see it doesn't really obstruct much. It's hard to tell the difference. Only along the frame of the stone can you actually kind of tell at this angle. There's some other angles where it's a little bit more obvious, but I actually like that. Like here, you can see it how it tints the wood. So anyway, I think it's done pretty well. Let's see here. We're just going to kind of go around the front primarily. Stick to this area. Let's see, what are we at? 85 now? Should not take long to go through this glass. Let's see if I can get this angle right. Now sometimes it's funny, you stand underneath stuff long enough and the game kind of darkens everything out. But we should have plenty of light. The fluorescents even put off light. But that's alright. Maybe we'll just kind of go stand in here and free mode this. Because I don't think that triggers it. Whoops. Losing my controls here. Okay, where are we at? 73. I'm having to look over my mic to see that number. Cool. Okay. Let's hop back over here and do this side. Come over to my table and my test window. This is where I was testing the glass previously. 59, so we are just about kind of jamming through this. Yeah, I'm gonna have to get more for sure, but let's take a look here. So yeah, this is looking pretty cool, and obviously we have the open doorways, and doors are something that we can eventually pick up. I don't know if I'm actually going to go that far. I don't know if I will use, try and get real doors to put in there. Kind of like the idea of everything being really open. Trying to imagine being on an island like this. And not really needing doors. Additionally, this isn't Minecraft. We don't have creepers trying to come in and get at us and blow us up, so we don't really need to prevent anything from getting in. Let's see. Okay, where are we at? 29. It's interesting, I said Minecraft and I thought I heard a hissing just a second ago. I was like, that's kind of creepy. That brings back some memories. Okay, so we are only going to get a couple more. We aren't even going to be able to finish out this first floor, I don't think. But that's okay. We will use everything we can. going to be 1 or 2 windows here. 0 left. Oh, there we go. So we actually got around pretty far, just 2 windows shy. Definitely not bad. That's good to know. So we used 106. Okay, probably would use 110, 112, something like that. Down here, so you can definitely not quite double it, but probably just about to get everything else in. Now, I'm not sure that I'm going to put glass in the W. I think I may just leave that open as is. Kind of let it stand out a bit, but anyway, we'll have to see. I'm going to have to think about that. Let's come out here and take a look at what the glass looks like from a distance. Okay, pretty obvious that it's in there. Looks good though. Well, I didn't get all of the glass in, but I was able to go buy some more and fill in a lot of the front and sides of the top level. You can see the right side is still pretty open. I also framed the W in marble, so it kind of stuck out a little bit more, and I may end up throwing glass in there in the end. We'll see, but I think that pretty much covers it for now. I really need to start getting some of the furniture items and everything to start placing around the house, and I haven't quite got there yet. But once we do, I think we may come back here. Maybe we'll do a third one, a third episode, a third part, as it were, of the house building, if you guys are interested in that. And if you are, please do leave me a comment, let me know that. Give the video a like. That's another way of letting me know you would like to see more. Now, what I will say is that we're kind of talking about a potential third episode of this house development series, but what I do want to let you know is that the remainder of the build days videos, the rest of them, the ones coming, those are each going to focus on something entirely different. Right now we're in story mode, kind of building the house that's here and existing within the series that I'm running, that we are currently 6 episodes into. But from here out, the build days are going to be focused on very specific things. One of them will be focused on making a vehicle, like a truck. One of them will be a boat. We may even be in here in story mode building that boat because, well, I've got a dock and I need a boat. So yeah, definitely stay tuned for more of the build days. We're going to build a lot of crazy, wacky stuff and see if we can crash it and kill ourselves and who knows what. We're going to go a little bit crazy with it. But let me jump in here real quick because I had the table. I told you I had a little something I wanted to show you. So, of course, it gets dark as we get in here. Let me step back outside. Not that it matters just yet, but okay, let me show you. I actually went into the creation system in here, and once you're in here, there's a lot of different things you can make. You can make vehicles, guns, all of those things you're going to see in future build days episodes that we do. But one of the things you can do is just make objects. So you can make small, tiny, small, large objects, and just place them in the world. We kind of think of, well, there's guns and there's vehicles, but you can really make anything. You can make a square block and then just drop it in your world. So what I did, I'm going to jump in here. Let's see, it's an object. I'm going to show you this thing I made called the house model. Check that out. So this is a model of the mansion that we've been working on. Now, it's not to scale or anything, but it does have the wood flooring kind of around on the second floor, and it's not exact. You can see I connected over here when really there's a gap on that second floor. But you get the idea. You get the idea. We've got all our water out here. There's our dock. We even have the W on the front of this thing. So anyway, I thought this was pretty sweet, and what we're going to do is I'm going to show you why I made this. So if we run in here really quick, let's see. We've got the ISO. I've already kicked this thing out. It's right here, house model. So we can actually run in here. Check this out. Drop it on the table. And then we can even turn it so it's facing the right direction. Now, there we go. Gotta get some light in here. Let's see. Where do I need to stand to get light? In here. Where was I? Somewhere started. There we go. So there you go. You can see we've got the mansion there. Very cool. I thought it would be kind of fun to get a model out here. Now it's not, because I turned it, it didn't quite place exactly where I want it. Let's actually try and redo that a bit. I tried to center before, but I think this time we'll move it over a bit here. And now give it a turn. There we go. Check that out. We have a model of the mansion. Very cool. That is pretty sweet. Very cool. Anyway, thanks for watching, you guys. I definitely appreciate it. Please stay tuned for future Build Days episodes where we build, like I said, vehicles. You know, we're talking flying vehicles, trucks, boats. You know, we may build some crazy guns, swords, shields. Each episode is going to focus on a different item. And who knows, maybe after a few of those episodes, we'll come back and do a part 3 of this when I get to flesh everything out with furniture. But for now, we're going to leave it at that because we've got the structure in, and we just need the moving trucks to get over here get things settled in. Thanks again for watching, everybody. I appreciate it, and we'll catch you next time.